Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between myself, the Green Protoss, ICEFANG, and my opponent, KangasKhan, the Red Zerg. He requested this game casted. I was going to start casting my Fun Day Sundays. I don't know if I actually got a replay for that, though, so whatever. It's all good. So I just thought I'd cast this. It's not too long of a game. It was for the SCC ladder, and this is actually the time I'll tell you after the game. But I'm not telling you what's going to happen in the replay. I'm just telling you what happens in the future to this game, so the past. I'm going to tell you something that already happened. A second, I gotta set myself to busy. My friend's going to send me a message probably, so. Yeah, Scrap Station, one of my favorites. Definitely, I feel it's kind of Zerg favorite overall, but not a bad map. I like it still. The Overlord over here being overpowered, scouting me before I can do anything. He doesn't have to spend a worker. You know what I did this game? I said, screw it. We're friends. We're not gonna like cheese each other. So I just didn't scout him. It's like, well, where'd he spawn? There. So I get a gas before gate. I don't know if that's standard. I just play. I actually don't play anymore. I'm tired of lagging when I play, and like I'll click on something to do something and it won't do it. So it's killing me really bad. Killing me. I feel horrible like when I lose a game, and it's just because I clicked something and it didn't happen. Like it's happened the last 4 games I've played too, mostly with like Void Rays. Like, oh good, Void Ray, move this way. He's like, I'm just gonna fly into these Marines. I'm like, thank you, thanks for your help, Void Ray. That was very nice. What was I thinking though? I assumed he was gonna fast expand or something like that. I didn't care if he did or not. I was hoping he'd fast expand. And we actually did play one game before this, and it was the same map and everything. I felt like I executed it way better, so it was just bad luck for me that he lagged out. So I didn't count him against it though. I'm his friend. And then when I told him the lag was super killer this game for me, he's just like, nope, it wasn't killer. It wasn't killer. That's not what it was. It wasn't killer. How's the novel working on, Brian? So let's get that D up. I always forget to get the D up. Hatchery, 15 hatch, I suppose. Probably like 16, maybe. I saw him accidentally cancel it, so it may have been an accidental cancel. He does have a strategy against the 4 gates, so I played against the second game. I just 4 gated him. I'm like, whatever, just 4 gate him. So yeah, and so this game I go 1 gate into 1 cybernetics, and I'm building up the gas right now to build a Stargate. Spoiler. Like, what could he be making? And of course, like, I'm building up time because I have to have more time. I think it's only 100 to make a Stargate, or it's 150, yeah. And then the robotics is 200, 100, and then 150, 100. So you guys can't actually see all that, can you? But whatever, that's cool. And come on, I hate waiting for the. Cause that's what I'm doing. I'm going to Void Raid attack him, and yeah, I just thought, sure, you know. He asked me not to 4-gate him. I'm like, okay, I won't 4-gate you. Oh, actually, I said I'm going to 4-gate you because I have to 4-gate you. I, like, literally can't stop myself from 4-gating because I'm so bad at this game now. And I'm getting Cybernetics Core Warp Tech because if you're going to harass with Void Rays, if you're my level, which is like Copper now, and if you're harassing with Phoenix, you're not Diamond or above because it's really hard to harass with Phoenix. You're going to need the Warp Gates to catch up on your missed macro, which is fine. It's just part of the game. It's really hard to macro with Protoss out of warp gates. You have to either accept the fact and go with gateways, play like a Terran, or you got to float back to base, which can be really deadly. And I tried to get rid of his Overlord. I didn't really care what saw me, but I wanted to pretend like I was going to do something weird. I guess I was. It didn't really make any sense, but it definitely wasn't going to 4-gate him. I wasn't going to fast expand. He can see that, so I guess he was kind of prepared for this. And Kangas got really nice Overlord placement, so I knew he'd see it. I just had hope for the best. So it was the first core boost going out on these guys. I like how the buff was really nice. I don't feel like they're overpowered. I mean, if you can micro them really well, I'm sure. But I feel like that's kind of the way for all Protoss units. If you could micro them with infinite, power, overwhelming god level, then our race would be overpowered because we have shields, you know? Like, oh man, I lost half of my army's health. Now it's back. But, you know, it's not really half. It's probably more like a third overall. I guess how much health does sentries have? I can't remember, but we'll see one this game. I'm sure there's got to be one. So there's the Void Ray. I'm like, time to go, and I actually feel like I timed it pretty well. I knew there was going to be an Overlord up here, so I was just going to go kill it and have to hope for the best. So now, I mean, watch this. Watch how fast I take out the Overlord. That would be a lot faster than Phoenix, I feel. Then I'm able to charge. I think it's a sideways too. There's the Phoenix, and so I'm trying to move together. Now you got to remember, I'm really not good at this game anymore. So this is as good as I can micro. And he did get his queens in position a lot better. This one was coming up, so this is what I was going to do: lift up the queen and then void raid it down. I did expect there to be 2 queens. I was hoping I could take one out, but my micro wasn't that good. I did focus on keep using the shields, you know. And then right here, I'm clicking on the void. I'm like back up, back up, back up, and that time it did fine. So and I wanted to keep it charged. I did not manage to do that though. So yes, go suck. I did save the void ray. I didn't do any damage though. I went down a tech path that's worthless, and of course I can't macro at all when I'm over there. So I got another Phoenix out right now, and then a third Phoenix, which I don't know why I did that. I probably should have got another void ray so I could lift both queens up and shoot them. But anyway, he's making another queen here, another one here, so he's probably got me beat that way, and a Hydralisk den. So pretty much I gotta hope I can snipe something out. I was going for the spawning pool, and I was just hoping I could lift up the queens with a charged void ray, and perhaps I could take him out. Now right here, I tell them to pick up the queen and then pick up the other queen, and that one just sits there. And then when I come back to float over here, I try to move the void ray back and save it, but I just wasn't able to save it. My one Phoenix just sat there the whole time, and I felt horrible for that. Like that killed me right there. That really killed StarCraft for me. Just that moment right there. I like macroing, I like microing, but I don't like to do anything in between. Either I'm gonna micro you with some units and try to beat you with just some kind of, you know, semi-cheesy thing here, or I'm gonna macro off of like 10 gateways. And I just don't have the computer to handle the micro I like to, so that really hurt my feelings, to tell you the truth. I was just like, oh well, I lose, that's it. I'll go expand and lose now. I knew he had Hydralisk tech. I knew he was going to do, or just roach me to death. There was something I could do. I mean, like, I'd have to go robotics now. By the time they're even built, I'd have to have tons of Immortals or Colossus, and if I mis-scouted it, or if he just goes both tech buildings, I'd be dead. So, but I did believe there was Hydralisk on the way. I mean, Hydralisk are obviously what you want to be using against the Phoenix and the Void Rays, so yeah, whatever. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you guys. A Stalker, Zealot, 3 Phoenix, and a Void Ray are not enough for someone who can't micro against this. I mean, this alone is enough to beat that. There's nothing that these 3 Phoenix can do. I mean, 2 of them can't even lift up yet, so maybe 1. So I'm going to try to do some harassment. I know I have to get back in the game. This is like, oh my god, maybe I can do something. And then Kanga's like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and kill all your area units. I'm like, that's so sweet, thank you. By all, I mean like 2 probably, but they got away with like 1, 8, 6. So then I'm warping as many. I see all those Hydralisks. I'm like, shit, I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. I just warp in a ton of warp gates. I know they're coming, so I'm like, well, I gotta get a Colossus because that's all I have as a Protoss player, or Colossus. So I know I sound pretty morbid right now, but like, I just should have gone 2-gate Colossus. I don't know why I didn't do that. It's the best build there is. And I mean, like, literally, that's the best thing I could have done there. There's no reason I had to go Stargate. I should have just attacked them with some Colossus, like 2 Colossus, attacking with them, whatever, fast expand. And definitely should have tried to micro, because I can't do that. So, rocks are down, insane DPS. Hydralisk need a buff versus Protoss. I have to agree, it's not Colossus that need a nerf, it's the Hydralisk that need a buff. Blech. And so I'm dead already, I know that. I'm like, oh man, I need to warp in some sentries, I guess, is what I think, probably. And I'm pretty impressed with how my Zealots did this battle. I knew completely they were coming. There's the sentries. They have 40-40. I thought maybe it was 20-20. That would be kind of low. I feel like I'm doing pretty well here. You know, I'm lifting up the units. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Miss macro to the extreme. And, you know, there's just nothing you can do against Hydralisks unless you have Colossus out, which I really wish it wasn't like that, because I don't like my race anymore. I don't like my race because it sucks, and I don't like Zerg because I just don't like him as much as Protoss, but I don't like Terran at all. There's my GG. I'm like, I lose. Whatever. Give up. And I think I didn't really rage, but I was depressed. That's pretty much sums it up. I use the F word here. I'll censor it so you guys don't see it. Probably like right here. There we go. Okay, let's see if I cover it well. Okay. Yeah, fucking Phoenix just sat there when I told to pick. Yeah, it was very, very sad for me. I don't know why Kanga asked me to cast this game. He's like, you should cast that game. I guess he likes to make me feel bad about not. I don't play StarCraft anymore. That's what I was going to tell you at the beginning of the game. I jumped off the ladder after these 2 games. First game I went, I did this, and then that little miss micro where the computer just didn't decide to pick up on it. It was like, whatever. That really felt bad for me. And then the second game was 4-gate into Colossus, and he just mass roached me. I mean, I didn't scout him. I'll be honest, I didn't scout him. He didn't scout me either, though. It's like, oh, just mass roaches. I mean, I can't do that. Terran players can mass Marines, and Zerg can mass roaches, but I can't mass anything. Can I? I guess I could mass Colossus, sorta. Void Rays, maybe. I guess if you let me mass Void Rays, you can't do that. You can mass Blink Stalkers, maybe. That's it. They're not as good as like roaches or marauders. So I'm feeling really beat down at the end of this game. At the end of the other game, I'm working on some really unorthodox Protoss builds where I'll pretty much be playing Zerg, but as Protoss with like in-base Nexus and like 15 warp gates. So we'll see if I can get that working. But I'm in no hurry to actually play this game again for a long time. I'm playing Minecraft a lot and trying to get a condo. So there's the message from Raven. Might be one of the last games I cast for a little while. I still like casting games, kinda, just not myself, because it just makes me feel sad. So I'll stop rambling. Thank you for listening. Thank you.